Hey, this is Sophie, and today I'm going to give you a rundown of what happened in the last week while I started becoming a paid artist. So, what do I mean by that? Well, I have launched this program with some friends of mine, 30 days to create anything that you desire. In the first day, I decided that I'm going to use these 30 days to become a paid artist. That was my first day. Now, some of you may have seen on social media that I started painting again. I used to paint when I was younger and did not paint for about 7 years. And then I started having these visions, these callings of colors and shapes, and I started watching these videos online that seemed so fun and so exciting. So I started putting the two together. Of course, I do it my own way. And those really cool pieces came out. So I decided to sell them. And my goal is to really sell as many as possible in 30 days. I'm not sure exactly how many, but more than I can imagine. And I'm very excited about that. So this is for what happened on day one was simply to choose what I was going to do. I will tell you what happened on day two. So on day two, what we had to do was imagine what will happen once we get everything we asked for in 30 days, right? Because some people, they chose one project, some people choose several. Well, I can imagine that if I have sold more paintings that I could imagine in 30 days, then that means that I am listening to God and I am being obedient, but also creative with the word that God gives me. And I love that idea. That's number one. Number two, what will happen if I sell more paintings than I can imagine? To me, that means that my expression, my experience of God's love is spread out with these paintings. There's nothing more exciting for me than other people experiencing how much God loves us. So those are the two things that I can foresee happening. And then on day two, what we do is we bring that energy into our bodies. So now I have to embody somebody who has sold more paintings inspired by God than she can imagine. Okay, that's a little scary, but hey, why not, right? So that's day two. Let's see what happens on day three. So day three is about making a list of everything that is required for me to be a paid artist in 30 days. And what I forgot to mention is that in the first couple of days that I did this, I actually created an Etsy page. So for me, one of the first things that is required is to have a way for people to purchase my paintings. If they don't have a way to purchase them, then I cannot be a paid artist, right? So I did an Etsy page. I noticed that I thought it was going to be enough. I totally got, I've got my Etsy page, I promoted it on social media, I'm good, right? That's not the only way. And there are many other ways I know that I could get paid as an artist. There are, places that want to commission paintings. There are places that can hang my paintings for their customers to probably purchase. So the other required thing is maybe locally or non-locally, finding all the places where I could be in communication with or talk about my paintings so that more people can purchase them. Those are the things that I know are required, and I still got to do them. So I'm a little bit behind because I'm on day 8 and I'm not done yet. But that was day 3, so I've got to do that list, right? Let's see what happens on day 4. Day 4 is all about time because we're always complaining we don't have enough time, right? And I gave myself already a time frame for this project, which is 30 days. So the first thing is I have to ask myself, well, is 30 days going to be enough to be a paid artist? Maybe, maybe not. If it isn't, I have to continue and have faith that maybe I'm doing what's required to become a paid artist very soon after the 30 days. Of course, I'm not going to give up because I have a wonderful, great tool in my pocket called God. And if I pray and if I really have faith that God is there with me, supporting me, then why couldn't it happen in 30 days? The thing is, time is a total illusion. So if I focus on time and if I focus on how much time I have or do I have enough time, it's going to make things a lot harder than if I just give it all to God and work hard on it and follow what I know I need to do and have faith. We're going to talk a lot about faith in those 30 days, I'm telling you. Okay, so that's what happened on day 4. Let's see what happens on day 5. Well, day 5, as far as I'm concerned, went totally not good. Let's just say that I started becoming sick on day 5. So day 5 was all about scheduling things in my calendar for the next 30 days so that I would commit and do the things required. But because I got sick for actually 4 days. This is the first day that I'm actually good, which is why I'm covering the first week after it happened. But my schedule got upside down. However, I've been thinking a lot about what I need to do, and I am even more motivated now than I've ever been. So this is good. So the 5th day is all about scheduling and taking the time to put in the calendar the activities. Now, I used to schedule things by 1 hour time, right? 1 hour leaves me time to do things. But I realized I'm only really good for 25, 30 minutes max. More than that, I just become bored with myself. So instead, what I can do is I can just schedule 30 minutes of actions toward being a paid artist throughout the day. And if I don't do 30 minutes one day, then I can do 30 minutes the second day. But it's important to keep really track of what I'm doing so that I know I'm doing it. So that was day 5. Day 6 was all about doing it, right? Now, the good news is I had already launched my Etsy shop, so I felt like I was doing it. But sometimes you're getting really excited about doing something and you don't do it. So we tend to go into this self-judgment place, which does not help, right? So instead, it's easier to focus on, if I do it, what will it change in my life? How would I feel? And just remind ourselves why we said we were going to do something instead of complaining that we're not doing it. So that was day 6. So day 7 is really all about rearranging everything in our life to make it happen. So for me, I realized that if I want to be a paid artist, I really have to be an artist. So that means I have to paint. And I currently paint in my kitchen. So I used to remove the stuff from the kitchen when the kids would come home or things like that. What I noticed is I stopped doing that. Instead, we're using the dining room to eat. And I realized this is very important to me now. If I'm a paid artist, I need a space for my art to live. I need a space where I can go be an artist at any time. Now, it may move from the kitchen. I know it will move eventually. But this is my commitment. This is how I reorganize my life around my project, by actually making a commitment and saying this is what it is and rearranging the parts of my life, hence my space, to make it work for me. So this is the first week of 30 days to become a paid artist. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, post it below. The 30-day program that I'm using to do this is currently not available, but if you are interested, I'm happy to send it to you or give it to you. Let me know, put your email, write me a comment below. I'll talk to you for next week. We'll probably come in a few days. Bye-bye.